Good morning. I started this website with reading The Pursuit of God. I've shared in a previous video where I didn't quite know why I was doing that, but I read through the entire book, The Pursuit of God by AW Tozer. So he's close to my heart, obviously. And again, I didn't know why I was doing it a year ago, and now I have a channel because, I had that channel then, but never used it except for that purpose. And then my mentor, I had told you, suggested that I start a YouTube channel, and I told him, well, I actually happen to have one. But today I'm going to share with you just a little bit of AW Tozer so that you will maybe get a glimpse into why he's such a powerful writer, why he was such a wonderful man while he lived. And I'm going to do that in the context of sharing with you that today I'm leaving for a few days, travel to Maine to visit my son, and then spend a week in Myrtle Beach. And all of this is with the intent and with the idea in mind that I may complete, at least substantially, my third book, which I'm calling The Pursuit. Not the pursuit of God, just the pursuit. But it is based on the idea that I want to illuminate AW Tozer and his writing. And so again, you may run out and buy this book after you hear what I share with you this morning. And so I'm going to be writing that, and therefore, I'm in these last few days, I've been starting to think more and more through it. I've got about maybe half of it written, and I'll be starting with what he calls removing the veil. Removing the veil is the idea that the veil in the tabernacle that separated the Holy of Holies was removed when Christ died. It was rent in two. If you read the scripture, you'll see that miraculous event where because Christ had given his life, then the curtain was rent in two, indicating that now we no longer needed to hold back ourselves from entering into the presence of God, because Christ had paid the price and he had made entrance into that presence of God. And so that's just kind of a background. Not sure how whoever is listening, how much you're into the scriptures, but that's the essence of it. So I just wanted to actually read you something from AW, because he says it so well, and I think it speaks so clearly to where we are in the church today. And so I'm just going to read three different phases out of the removing the veil, so that again you can get a sense of the power of his writing, the imagery that he uses, and his love as he writes. And so again, he's talking about the tabernacle and what the importance of that was then, and what the significance of the curtain being rent in two is to us today. And so after discussing that, he gets to this. Everything in the New Testament accords with this Old Testament picture. Ransomed men need no longer pause in fear to enter the Holy of Holies. God wills that we should push on into his presence and live our whole life there. This is to be known to us in conscious experience. It is more than a doctrine to be held. It is a life to be enjoyed every moment of every day. This is what was all new to me, and became aware of it just a few years ago. Similarly, the presence of God is the central fact of Christianity. At the heart of the Christian message is God himself, waiting for his redeemed children to push in to conscious awareness of his presence. That type of Christianity, which happens now to be the vogue, knows this presence only in theory. It fails to stress the Christian's privilege of present realization. According to its teachings, we are in the presence of God positionally, and nothing is said about the need to experience that presence actually. The fiery urge that drove men like McShane is wholly missing, and the present generation of Christians measures itself by this imperfect rule. Ignoble contentment takes the place of burning zeal. We are satisfied to rest in our judicial possessions, and for the most part, we bother ourselves very little about the absence of personal experience. One final piece. The world is perishing for lack of the knowledge of God, and the church is famishing for want of his presence. The instant cure of most of our religious ills would be to enter the presence and spiritual experience, to become suddenly aware that we are in God and God is in us. John 17. This would lift us out of our pitiful narrowness and cause our hearts to be enlarged. This would burn away the impurities from our lives as the bugs and fungi were burned away by the fire that dwelt in the bush. That's why I love him. So I hope that you're encouraged by that little reading. And hope you'll go get the book and start reading it one chapter at a time, slowly, prayerfully, asking God to speak to you as you read.